My aim is to produce a documentary concentrated on the trauma and disturbance that occurs unexpectedly in motherhood. I would like to pull focus on multiple complications mothers are faced with during and after pregnancy. I aim to interview 3 diverse mothers who have encountered different experiences during their pregnancy and learn how it drastically impacted their lives and discover their raw emotions of the pain they felt during such a painful time. The structure of my film will begin with an introduction where the audience are able to meet each individual and have an insight to their current position of well-being. Act 1 will focus more on the mothers alone and explore their initial judgments of becoming a parent, highlighting the happiness they found and the bond built with their unborn child. A switch will then occur within the term between Acts 1 and 2, where we discover a more brutal side to pregnancy. I will use music to emphasise the change in emotion when the atmosphere declines between Acts 1 and 2. Act 2 will highlight 3 common troubles amongst pregnancies today, including miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy and postnatal depression. I will question how they felt emotionally and when receiving the heartbreaking truths, how their experiences changed them not only as a person but as a mother, whether or not they were able to move on from their distraught and if they were able to use their involvement as comfort for new struggling mothers in same or similar situations. To conclude this film, there will be an uplifting emotions for both the mothers and audience as they reveal the healthier environment they are now in and how they use their pain to help themselves grow. The key elements which make this concept engaging are awareness and the ability to inform and educate yourselves on the disturbances that can appear throughout pregnancy. The emotion will connect with the audience on a deeper level and encourage mothers in particular to be prepared for the mishaps that can occur during and after birth. Finally, it offers hope to anyone who is still battling similar experiences and reminds them that they do have the strength to carry on. The audience for my documentary will be women aged 18 to 30, however it can appeal to all genders and ages as a beneficial concept to improve our knowledge on a topic which is extremely important to women. It will also draw interest to not only mothers but fathers, grandparents and anyone who is crucial to a new mother or their child. I aim to have diversity amongst my individuals so my audience feel they are able to relate. This documentary will be a linear video piece that will be accessible via a link on various sites. It will include minimal narration at the beginning and end, rehearsed interviews and visuals of the individuals. I also intend to complement some B-roll shots with my audio and music to emphasise the emotion where appropriate. In order to work efficiently to meet the deadline, I aim to have completed all my production by the 13th of April. I would like to dedicate the majority of my time filming and rehearsing with my interviewees. In this time, I will also be capturing B-roll where necessary so my footage complements the storyline. I will plan a schedule with my interviewees to work professionally and allow myself time to script questions and decide on locations in advance. With the remaining time, I will be completing the post-production and finalising my documentary. I took inspiration from the aesthetic in Netflix as I appreciate how the documentaries produced are formal yet comfortable between the interviewer and interviewee. The footage they deliver is always complementary to the information provided, and the documentaries tend to include raw archive footage in order to fulfil the audience's needs. I would like to be able to create a project as well composed as Netflix, therefore I aim to use their techniques throughout my production. However, I also want my documentary style to stand out and connect with the audience on an emotional level in light of the questions asked, shots used and the music incorporated. My ideal location would be within a home to accompany my genre of pregnancy. I believe that mothers are content in their homes and feel tranquil in an environment they know best. I would also love to capture some footage within a clinic or hospital to help build a realistic scenario for the audience. For B-roll, I would like to use bad weather in order to respond and emphasise with the emotion coming from the interviewees when the questions become more intimate and personal. I fortunately have family members and friends who are appropriate contributors, which narrows down my research and makes my goals more achievable. But I am also open to working in a close pair and hearing any ideas or contributors they believe could improve this documentary. I am aware of the many factors that can change and jeopardise the planning I have in place, including locations, dates and times, or the interviewee stepping down completely. However, in order to avoid those situations, I aim to use reliable people I can trust, but I will also have backup interviews as a standby option if needs be. The only current location I have established is my home for 2 interviewees. Therefore, if any outdoor locations I have in mind become inaccessible, I will be able to change location as they will only have minimal featuring. I will be able to comply with restrictions within my bubble and complete the majority of my footage at home, as I am saying with 2 potential interviewees. However, for my 3rd interviewee, I can stick to the 2-metre distance and film outside to obey the government guidelines. Additionally, I am able to use Zoom for an online interview and record the video call if my interviewee doesn't want to personally meet.